March is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. MS is a chronic autoimmune disease. Here to explain more about the disease and what the future of research looks like for patients is Dr. Constance Katsafanis with the Marcus Neuro Institute, a part of Baptist Health. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Such an important topic.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. But first, let's start out for viewers who may not know much about multiple sclerosis. What exactly is MS and how does it affect your body?
So multiple sclerosis is a chronic immune disease, autoimmune disease, just like you mentioned. And autoimmune basically means that your immune system attacks itself. Auto means self, immune is immune. And so an autoimmune disease is when your immune system gets sensitized or heightened or goes on alert for something that's in your body.
Right.
You know how your immune system works. It gets an alert, it throws out antibody, it does, it attacks invaders.
Right.
In an autoimmune disease, it attacks something that you're making. So basically what you have is a body that is attacking itself. And that's very difficult to deal with. It has, the particular thing that multiple sclerosis attacks is called myelin. And myelin is the covering on your nerves and the covering that allows the signal to run down the nerves. If you think about a copper wire, right? It's not just copper. Right? It's insulated.
Right.
Myelin is insulation. So the insulation that is myelin gets chewed up by this disease, attacked in the brain and the spinal cord, the central nervous system. And then when the signal's trying to get from the brain to like the arm or the leg, they can't get there. They don't work. They spark out. It's a short circuit.
And what are some of those early signs or symptoms that you should not ignore that are signs of MS?
So what I tell my patients, what I tell pretty much anybody, what I'll tell all of you, is if something on your body is working and then it's not working, you need to go see a doctor.
Right, period.
Expeditiously.
Yes.
Emergency room, if something stops working. One of the most common signs of multiple sclerosis initially is something called optic neuritis, which is painful vision loss in one eye. Other people experience one-sided numbness or tingling. Oftentimes these symptoms can be confused for a stroke, weakness, things like that. It's not so much that there are warning signs of multiple sclerosis. Like I can't say, oh, you had that fever 10 days ago. No, it is early multiple sclerosis.
And is there a cure?
So there's not a cure.
Okay, so talk a little bit about the research with the Marcus Neuroscience Institute that's ongoing.
At the Marcus Neuroscience Institute, we have field experts. We have people who've done, fellowship in neuroimmunology, which is the section of neurology that treats multiple sclerosis. And whereas we don't have a cure, we do have incredible medications called disease-modifying agents. And these disease-modifying agents give you what we call relapse-free living, meaning you don't have that new numbness or tingling. Once damage is done in multiple sclerosis, it's done. The horse is out of the barn, the myelin is damaged. We have not yet figured out a reliable way to remyelinate. And there are clinical trials that are going on to see, are there medicines that we can take to help this myelin, come back together? And we're involved in these clinical trials and in attempting to bring the absolute best care to all of our patients. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's caring for people so that they can live their lives.
Sure. And with this being an awareness month, we want to make sure we end on this. The most important message you can give to either people who have loved ones with MS or they want to just know more about this disease to help others or help themselves. What message can you tell people?
So the most important thing to remember if you have MS or if you love somebody with MS is a person with MS has a disease. The disease doesn't have them. They can live a perfectly full, perfectly normal, have a wonderful family, have a great job, life with this disease. We have the medical technology, we have the support, we have the teams in place to really help these patients thrive. And you treat it and you go about your life. And it's something to be paid attention to and it's something to be taken care of, but it's not something to be afraid of, and we can help. So if you want to learn more, check out the website for Marcus Neuroscience Institute. Come see one of our incredible MS specialists, and
Well, I
we
hope
can
they
help.
have a doctor like you. I can tell that you're compassionate and passionate about what you do. So thank you so much for raising awareness. Really appreciate it. And like she said, if you want to go and learn more about their website, we're going to put it on ours, WPBF.com. You can also find it on our